Hello, my name is rämsoona, and it has been a hot minute since we have seen each other. How are you? I missed you guys. It has been a month since I arrived to Japan, and I was supposed to make this video earlier, but then I got hit with the corona. So yeah, I'm doing this video right now, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds like dog shit. I'm using my headset mic or headphones mic and my laptop. I don't have my setup with me, so bear with me with this one. So without further ado, I want to go through like a timeline for this exchange, like ever since I came here to this point where I'm filming this. So let's start with the fact that we took like 38 hours to travel here. The flight itself was like 13 hours or so, and then we took like train early morning, and then we came to Helsinki, and then we waited there for like 5 to 6 hours for a flight because we really didn't want to miss it. And yet the flight itself was fucking horrible. I barely could sleep, honestly, because I cannot even sleep in my own bed. But luckily I could catch some sleep, not too much, but then we like arrived to Japan. It was like 2 p.m. Japan time, and then we had to take a train from Tokyo to Nagoya, where I'm actually studying. So yeah, don't dox me or anything, thank you. But yeah, and the train itself took like 1 or 2 hours, but we were also like fooling around at the Japan train station because we didn't know where the fuck we're going. Luckily my boyfriend knows Japanese, and then once we made it to Nagoya, our teacher was there to take us to our dormitories, and unfortunately me and my boyfriend have to live in separate dormitories, and the worst part is that we cannot even visit each other at each other's dormitories. So yeah, but yeah, I'm non-binary and I live in like a female dormitory because I'm physically, female. It hasn't really been bothering me that much, other than the fact that people treat me as a girl all the time. I don't know what I'm explaining. It's pretty late in the evening currently, so hopefully editing RAM can make some sense into this video. Anyway, so 13 hours later, I was greeted by a very angry, I think Japanese lady, who was saying like, you need to follow the orders, you're not following what others are doing. Because I was like, they were scanning our faces and taking our like fingerprints and stuff like that for the immigration process in the airport once we arrived. And I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? So I was like completely lost, and the lady was like, don't put stuff in your passport and blah blah blah, because I had some like things fall out of my passport, and the lady was really angry about that. So I was like, great start, feeling very negative right now. Really scared, but yeah, we survived from that. Anyways, then we managed to get to the dorms, and then we were shown some stuff like how to use our shoe lockers and stuff like that. But the thing is that we weren't really told necessities, Like, we really weren't told, like, where to take our trash, how we take it. Like, we were given, like, trash bags, but then we weren't told, like, where to take them and how to actually, recycle here. Which is, like, really important because you can actually get jail or fined if you do recycling wrong. Anyways, we figured out later. They expect us to do stuff correctly, even though we don't know how. And then they expect us to, catch those social clues, even though we don't know. Like, I have studied a lot about Japanese culture, Japanese people, and I thought I was ready, but of course I got like culture shock when I came here, because there were so many little things that I didn't realize, and so many different things that I realized that these are things I actually don't like. Like for example, the shoe lockers, we actually have to take out our shoes before the mat area or whatever, and we cannot put shoes on those, and we did that the first time, so it was like, oh yeah, I forgot this is a thing. So yeah, then we arrived day 1. Day 2, we were greeted by school staff member, and she was taking us around the area, showing us where we can get the best foods and where we can go do our daily shoppings and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a lot of walking, and there has been a lot of walking, and my feet haven't really liked that because I have been getting like blisters on top of blisters, so that's not really good. because I'm not used to walking. I'm lazy like that, you know? Anyway, there are a lot of things I really like about Japan because they have really cute stuff. Like everything is so cute, like cutlery, towels, everything has like a mascot. Like every single fucking thing. Bank companies and like toilet paper companies and everything has like a song to it, which is kind of weird, but it's also kind of cool in the same time, you know? Like they got their marketing, you know, down here. Yeah, we were walking the day 2 and day 3 we were supposed to go like to a shrine with our other like exchange students and stuff, but I was like, okay, my feet are killing me. I want to stay home. I want to rest after the 13-hour flight. Luckily I did, because then my boyfriend got sick suddenly. It was really scary. I'm not gonna go into detail, but he got like 6-8 medicine that he had to take like 3 times a day, and he had like 18 tablets he had to take like every single day or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, it was really scary, but he recovered and there has not been any other symptoms, so that's good. So yeah, that was like a fucking speed run. You come to Japan, day 3 you're going to the hospital. Nice. And yeah, you know those maps of like Japanese like subways, you know, stations and everything. Yeah, those seem confusing, but once you know how to go about things, they are really simple and really handy. And the metros or subways here, they actually run on time, which is like really bizarre to me because in Finland everything is late at least like 2 to 10 minutes, if not more. So it's like, wow, this is how things are supposed to be. It's really amazing. I mean, of course, I don't know how it is in like other smaller villages, but at least in like bigger cities like Nagoya, Osaka, Tokyo, you know, stuff like that, they really know how to do their subways. But yeah, anyway, we had like a week or less than a week before our school started. Then our school started and we had a lot of confusions about it because we were like, when does our school actually end? Because our other exchange buddies are supposed to end earlier than us. So we are like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, there have been a lot of confusions between us and the school. It has been really bumpy start, but luckily we are getting used to it and everything is smoothening out, so that's cool. I'm trying to think like, because that was like the most of it, like the first week was very chaotic, so I think after the first week, it was just, or first 2 weeks, it was just getting to used to like Japan, getting to used to the culture, getting to used to the people, the social cues that we didn't know and everything like that. So I think it has smoothened out like a lot. Anyway, now that I have explained like some of the timeline, I wanna point out some things that I noticed that are really different from Finland. So first of all, this might sound silly, but there is really thin like toilet paper. Like the first time I used it, I was like, what the fuck? You cannot even use this. Like I literally have to take like 6 to 7 pieces of it so I can actually use it without it breaking. And it's really bad when you have like period or something, you know? That's why I bought like special toilet paper for me. That's not that thick to be honest, but it's still better than the ones we have at dormitory or literally anywhere else. I think it's really odd because they use like really high quality paper on mangas. Like it's really thick and everything. But when it comes to like, you know, toilet paper or like napkins literally feel like fucking plastic. It's like really odd. Maybe it's just because they don't have a lot of forest or something, because I come from a country that has like 70% of forest or whatever. So maybe we have like more resources to make better paper? I don't know. It's just really weird. Another thing I found odd is smoking. People rarely smoke like outside. At least in Finland, when I'm walking around, it's very common to just walk around and be like, fresh air, and immediately somebody who smokes comes like in front of you to smoke. And it's really annoying. In Japan, that has happened like couple of times in months, you know? They usually have rooms or like places you have to smoke. Like, for example, we went to Mr. Donut and they had like a little room for smoking, and the smoke would like come out of the room and really ruin the experience because I was like eating donuts and whatever, and then I have to smell smoke. So that's really odd, and I don't really like it, to be honest, because I have lived with two smokers my whole life, my mom and stepfather, and it's not a pleasant smell to have or smell all the time. But other than that, people are really like clean about it. Like even some people that smoke like near the stores, they have like a cup, like a plastic cup or whatever, and they dump the ashes in that. And I'm like, wow, people are so clean here. Like sometimes, not everyone of course, but most of the people. Another thing I want to talk about is arcade machines and gachapons. Okay, that's it. That is an addiction, okay? I have spent way too much money on gachapons. Like, way too much money. Because, I don't know, I really like them because they're like easy to, get. You can always almost get what you want. And they are really cute. I love keychains and everything, but I have way too many of them. I don't even know where to put them anymore, to be honest. But they are also like great presents for other people. And yeah, I have won already like 1 or 2 things from arcade machines actually. I won like a Baymax and then a horse. Those are really, really addicting. We have also visited karaoke for a few times and it has been really, really cool. It has a lot of songs, Japanese, Korean, even Finnish songs actually, I think. They're also like low-key cheap. So that's nice. Also, one thing I wanted to mention is that Japan is fucking like cheap. Like, okay, the living and everything, like houses and stuff like that isn't really cheap, but the food itself is like good and cheap, which is really nice because in Finland food is fucking expensive. Like it's so fucking ridiculous, honestly. So when I go back to Finland, I will probably be very shocked about the price of food. Yeah. And speaking of food, I know that one of you guys wanted me to make like a food review. So I will include here some foods that I have eaten. If you come to Japan, there are a couple of things that I wouldn't actually bother like eating. Okay, so first of all, I have to say that because Japan is really, really meat-loving country, it's really hard to be vegetarian. So I have been forced kinda to eat meat because either the meat is like hidden into the food, like it's in a pastry or in some kind of form. Like it's really hard to be vegetarian here. So my stomach has been really struggling with the food here. But I think I have gotten used to it. But honestly, I miss being vegetarian, and I don't really like meat. I mean, some food have been good, and some have been not that good. But I honestly miss Finnish food, even though it's kind of plain compared to like Japanese food. What can I say? I'm a plain white pig. Anyways. So yeah, the couple of things I wouldn't bother eating in Japan, or bother finding in Japan rather, is good pizza, because most of the pizza I have had here it's not pizza. But anyway, yeah, there's no good pizza, and all of the bread I have had, it's not bread. It's just pastries. It's sweet. It's not salty. Like, okay, the only salty bread I have had is like toast. It's like plain white bread and you can have butter on it, and I'm like, yes, thank God, something salty bread, yes. Before we left to Japan, we had Japanese exchange students in our school and we made friends with them, and then we went to store with them to Prisma, yes, legendary Prisma, and we were like, do you want to taste like Finnish ripe bread? It's really good. Then they were like, yeah, and I was like, it's not sweet, by the way, and they immediately put it away, and I was like, huh? But it's good, it's like, it's salty, and they're like, no, I don't like it. And apparently Japanese people, they like their bread sweet, and I'm like, huh? Bread is supposed to be salty. Like all of us Finnish exchange students, we are missing salty bread. And there are also like really weird like bread combinations. Like they have so weird stuff in it. Like one bread had like mayonnaise and corn. It didn't taste like bread. It said it was bread, but it was low-key kind of buzzing, Anyways, enough about bread. Oh yeah, one thing about the public transportation actually is that the taxis and Ubers, yes, they have Ubers here. I was shocked that they have like, automatically opening doors. And as a Finnish person, I'm very independent. So I'm not used to people being like, oh, let me open a door for you. And, you have to wait in the car for them to come and open the door for you. And I'm kind of like, that wasted so much time and so much energy. So I would rather just open the door by myself. And I accidentally did that one time and they were really confused. And I was like, oh, I forgot I was doing this by like muscle memory. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, let me open the door. But yeah, there are a lot of things about Japan that I could explain, but these are just some of the things that I'm like, oh my god, this is literally like, what the hell is going on? So I hope that my rambling was entertaining and you actually got something out of it. That I wasn't just rambling just because. And yeah, it has been a while since I have done videos, so bear with me. Anyways, there are probably things I will forget, and editing me will be very mad that I forgot some of the things, so please forgive me, editing Rem. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.